Yo, man, today we're gonna be talking about that Drake situation with Rick Ross. Man, how Rick Ross just came and, been talking and dissing Drake and the Iceman. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole thing at the end. So y'all make sure that y'all stay when you tap in. If you're watching from the beginning, if you're watching it after, man, you make sure that you watch it all the way to the end. All right. So now listen, man. We got that boy Drake. All right. So y'all know Drake is a sneak disser, man. You know what I'm saying? Drake real deal. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat, man. Drake real deal be sneak dissing. In every song that he drop. Drake been dissing motherfuckers from day one. Drake been dissing, bro. No new friends, you know what I'm saying? He made it clear, bro. And he did that feature with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne now. He was making sure it wasn't gonna be no new friends. He ain't really rocking with Rick Ross. Rick Ross, you cannot become my friend. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying, bro. They got didn't they say Rick Ross used to be a officer or something like that? So Rick Ross used to put people behind bars. Rather he was a police officer, right? When you call 911 and they show up to his house, or he come and check up on you. If you ain't doing what you gotta do, he send you to jail. So they really trying to say that Rick Ross not really living up to his raps, you know what I'm saying? All of that, you know what I'm saying, dope boy talk that Rick Ross is doing in his songs is false. It ain't true. They saying that he hating on Ice, man. What y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Listen, they both a legend in their own ways when it comes to this music thing. We don't know, you know what I'm saying, about these personal guys' life, what they do on a day-to-day shit when the cameras ain't rolling. We don't be seeing Drake doing no interviews. You know what I'm saying? You know, Rick Ross gotta have a book or a fucking album or something coming out that he trying to push it. Listen, the way that Drake introduced that Iceman shit, it was fire, you know. But one thing about that boy Rick Ross, man, Rick Ross ain't gon' what is it? Like when niggas in your crew, right? Listening to your op. Rick Ross don't give a damn about that shit. He said that his homeboys didn't listen to about 5 of the songs, you know what I'm saying? And they was done with it. And if y'all listen to what I said, bro, I said the same shit. You know what I'm saying? It was mid. It wasn't all of that. But it was jamming, but it wasn't really no radio plays on it. Y'all remember I told y'all that, bro. Like, what I know about the dude Drake, man, like from what I can see about Drake, bro, Drake is a sneaky motherfucker, man. And Drake could get your girl, bro. Drake be beefing with a lot of niggas, and a lot of niggas don't like Drake. And Drake would not go against his mans, the ones that put him on Young Money, Cash Money, Birdman, you know what I'm saying, Nicki Minaj, Lil Twist and all them dudes. Drake ain't gonna turn his back against none of them. Now, you do got Drake and Ross did some shit together, man. Drake and Ross did some shit together, Lemon Pepper. Like I told y'all, no new friends. I got a little note right here. Money in the Grave, Lord knows. Them boys been doing some work together, but envy. I want to be the boss. Like I want to be better than you. Like I want to have a better press run conference than what you got. It's all about these niggas' ego, man. These niggas want to have the biggest houses, man. These niggas want to have, what I'm saying, the most money. But when you collab together and you work together and you put businesses together and stop hating on one another, the bag can get even bigger. Drake is a boss, OVO. Rick Ross is a boss. You know what I'm saying? Maybach music. Drake dropped shit for, what I'm saying, the women, you know what I'm saying, and all ages, you know what I'm saying, the blacks, the whites, the street guys. If you ain't street, you can still listen to Drake. That's the type of shit that Drake dropped. Am I right or wrong, bro? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Let me see what y'all talk about in the comment section. Live chat. Wait, say, okay, so Drake. Yeah, man, Drake, you're right. Like Drake is the legend. Like Drake, a rapper ain't gonna last longer than somebody that's sane. First of all, let me tell you that, homie. And shout out to you for dropping your thoughts, man. But a rapper gonna always last longer. Like I was telling you, Drake dropped shit for the women. You can listen to it all day and night. But Rick Ross, man, that's when you want to go and trap. You know what I'm saying? That's when you feeling like, man, I'm the biggest around here. You know, I got the most money, but Drake gonna drop the shit like he gonna come at all different angles. You know, Drake ain't really have too many love songs on it, and he ain't had no booty shaking music or no bang 'em up, shoot 'em, kill 'em music. But he was damn sure sneak this in Kendrick Lamar. You know, all the niggas that he had problems with, including that boy Rick Ross. So Rick Ross was like, man, I can't let him just sit here and just talk shit negativity on my name like that. When these dudes go to these interviews and shit like that, I believe that they be knowing half of the questions that they gonna get asked. What you think in the comment section? Y'all let me know, man. Because listen to this little sneak peek clip right here that I'm gonna play for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this little sneak peek clip for y'all, bro. You know, and let me know y'all thoughts on this shit, and we're gonna continue to talking about, you know what I'm saying, Rick Ross and Drake and you know, 50 Cent. 50 Cent, he in it too.
Would you put Drake at your level?
No.
He say he would not. Rick Ross say he would not put Drake at his level. What you say in the comment section? Drake roll out. Man, yeah. Drake rolled out and he's still rolling out. Drake's still rolling. You know what I'm saying? Drake can drop at any time. Drake can drop at any given time, right? And people gonna tune in. If Drake drop a picture right now, Drake million likes, bro. No matter what platform that nigga Drake drop, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get a million likes, bro. A hell of a lot of comments, bro. A lot of people fuck with Drake, bro. You know, and it could be a lot of these undercover, like these rappers with fake pages that really like Drake, that's liking and commenting from other shit, bro. Now you gotta think about it. Rick Ross already said that people in his crew listen to Drake. No, he probably caught people in his group listening to Drake, and he was like, and they was on the fifth song, and he was like, man, turn that off. We don't listen to that around here, bro. But you know, when it comes to the public interview, you know what I'm saying, he can't make it seem like that. But one thing about it, bro, they never really like physically disrespected, put hands on one another, bro. It's all just entertainment, bro. You know what I'm saying? I believe if these two, you know what I'm saying, Rick Ross and what's his name, Drake, you know what I'm saying, meet up in the same place, bro. I don't believe bottles gonna get thrown. You know, I don't believe Tony Black ain't got no favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no favorite artist. None of these artists is my favorite celebrity. That's why I can sit here and talk the way that I talk about these guys and say it how I say it, as long as I, you know, keep it allegedly. You know what I'm saying? None of these guys, bro, they ain't never did none. Which one of these rap guys, artists have done something for you? What they did for you besides maybe put out negative music for you to go and probably go and sell narcotics, go and get yourself caught up in a situation that's gonna be on your record for a little minute until we get expunged. What rapper actually said some positive things for you to actually go and do some positive things, my brother? Cause I ain't seen them, bro. If so, people can say, oh, J. Cole, but no, J. Cole, where's J. Cole? J. Cole ain't dropping, so we can't speak on this shit right now like that. We can't speak on this right now like that. You know what I'm saying? We talking about alive. You know what I'm saying? We talk about people that's alive right now. Anyways, let's get back to this content, man. Let's get back to this content, bro. But now, Drake, you know, Rick Ross, man, I feel like Rick Ross, man, real deal hating on that boy, Drake. I feel like it's nothing but hate, man. Hate. He probably be catching niggas. Like I said, he probably be catching niggas listening to they shit and say, turn that off, bro. We don't listen to that right here. Like I already told y'all, bro. Like I told y'all. We ain't listening to that right here. That's what he's saying. I ain't got no motherfucking favorite artist, bro. No, I ain't got no favorite artist. I just told you, bro. And why would you have a favorite artist who gonna put negativity in and make you go out here and try to drill some shit? You know, put that devilish, you know what I'm saying, them devilish thoughts inside of your brain, bro. Where's the positive rappers at? Where them guys that's gonna tell you how to treat your girl, bro? You know, the right way to spend your money instead of wasting your money. You know, Why not to go to jail, bro? Why these rappers going to jail, bro, and getting out of jail and still going back and not talking about not rapping about not going back.
You you're not putting Drake at your level.
No, see, you might be, I could see it in your eyes, you might be confused with the numbers and all of the fake numbers flood the marketplace 50 something. That shit ain't nothing. Remember what I told you, the streets are the streets.
The streets is the streets, bro. And the streets decide, bro. Like Rick Ross, bro. You washed up, Rick Ross. You actually is a businessman, Rick Ross. And I'm gonna honestly say it like this too. Drake falling off too. Why? Because Drake ain't hitting like he used to, but his music is better than, what I'm saying, the average people that's going against Drake, not liking Drake. That make a lot of sense, right? It make a hell of a lot of sense, bro. I feel like Rick Ross hating. Rick Ross want Drake spot. Rick Ross girl probably love Drake music. A lot of people love Drake music. A lot of people love Rick Ross music. But the streets decide. The numbers tell it all. I don't believe that Drake is buying numbers. I don't believe that these top artists like Drake, what I'm saying, Meek Mill, Rick Ross. I don't think that them type of guys like the Waynes. I don't think them type of guys like the Nicki Minaj's. Them the type of people. I don't think them type of people is paying for no type of views, no type of fake numbers, no type of fake numbers. What y'all saying in the comment section? Now, out of all of that shit that they done had going on, bro, like I say, bro, it's just who got the best lyrics, bro. And sometimes, what I'm saying, Drake come with some good lyrics when they featuring each other, and sometimes Rick Ross go harder when they featuring each other, bro. Let me see what y'all talking about in this comment section, though. Let me get to it. I'm gonna just go to it right here. Let me just go to it right here. Let me see what y'all talking about in that comment section, man. Man, listen, I had already showed y'all, right? I showed y'all. Y'all seen that? Y'all had seen that when I had showed y'all that shit. We know he was a dirty guy. That's why they saying right now that the streets, Rick Ross said, let the streets decide. That's what Rick Ross said. So the streets is deciding, bro. Like, bro, you was either a officer, bro, even if you worked inside of the prison cell, the prison, or if you was the type of nigga to send people to jail, bro. Rick Ross, it still doesn't look good, bro. You might as well just sit back, relax, and start you a goddamn go buy you a security team, full of guys and put these guys to go secure places. That's the best thing for you to do, Mr. Officer Ricky, because the streets is saying that this nigga, what I'm saying, is an officer. I ain't heard Rick Ross. I haven't. Rick Ross probably did come out and say, I'm not an officer, but I haven't. Rick Ross probably did come out and say he was never an officer, but I never heard Rick Ross come out and say he ain't no officer, bro. And I ain't never heard that shit, bro. Like Rick Ross, bro, he hating, bro. Rick Ross gotta do something better, bro. Like these dudes, these rap guys is like too old to be hating. This shit matter, bro. Like it matter because they setting a bad example. They want these older head, gray head guys to go out here and get mad at one another and start beef, what I'm saying, just like they got. But think about it, bro. These niggas ain't even barely touching each other. You know what I'm saying? They not touching each other at all, bro. So it's just all a setup, bro. People don't like Drake. I mean, not people don't like Drake, but it's rumors saying that, Drake got his goddamn nose did. They saying that he trying to be too much like Michael Jackson, But he like, wait, why you ain't dancing across the stage? Like that's what Rick Ross saying. Why that boy what's his name? Drake ain't dancing across the stage like Michael Jackson and popping like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Why he's not doing that type of stuff, but he's buying a Michael Jackson glove. He's trying to be like Michael Jackson. That's what the streets are saying. That's what he's saying. He brought Michael Jackson glove, right before the movie came out. The movie made a lot of money. The movie, Michael Jackson movie was a good movie. Maybe you can say that Drake is the Michael Jackson of this time. Drake is the Michael Jackson of this time. So of course he gonna have people hating on him because Drake ain't gotta really do too much. You know, Drake ain't really got to do too much. He just got to put out a couple lyrics, you know what I'm saying? And people gonna tune in and actually see what that boy Drake talking about. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will listen to Drake. People listen to Drake singles for about a year when versus Rick Ross, they'll probably listen to his for about 2, 3 months. So, I mean, who do y'all think is the legend? Who gonna hold it down? I told y'all. A rapper gonna always have the most. I mean, the rapper ain't gonna never have the most leverage in this type of game. It's always gonna be the singer because the singer can touch souls. The singer can make people visualize and see it better, and you can feel it in your heart. Y'all ever heard some music? You know what I'm saying? And you can just sit there and just feel it. That's what some it's like the butterflies, I guess. That's good music. You know what I'm saying? You be like, damn, I feel every word, I feel every beat. It's like, man, I feel this song. I like this song. I haven't heard that on Drake album. This new one. I haven't heard it. You know, I haven't. I just gotta be honest with y'all. If y'all heard it, y'all gotta let me know in the comment section. But I just gotta come here and give y'all my honest take and my honest opinion, you know, about how I feel on this whole thing. Now, I ain't gonna play this. This is an 8-minute video, you know, that I'm playing with Rick Ross talking. But I'm not even gonna play the whole 8-minute video. I'm not even gonna really play too much more of the video, maybe like less than another minute of the video, because I'm trying to see exactly where, you know, Rick Ross is trying to head at with this thing. And of course, y'all already know I don't want to get hit with a copyright because it's somebody else's content. Now let's finish listening and seeing what that dude, you know what I'm saying, Ricky Rose talking about. You know what I'm saying?
If Drake was what he thought, you what you think he was or what he thought he was, he would have been able to clear all this shit up, address it, and been moved on. He's still suing the label. That's like him. He might sue you for speaking of him on this situation. He might sue you. He might send you a cease and desist.
That would be a compliment.
Rick Ross is just being full of shit. Rick Ross is just trying to be funny. Rick Ross really don't want him to keep talking about, you know, Drake in this situation because it's like it's promoting Drake album that just dropped that already doing good, and Rick Ross haven't even dropped shit. See, instead of Rick Ross making press conferences and doing posts about people and talking about 50 Cent son, he gonna name his next album like after 50 Cent son. Like he just trying to attack people now when 50 Cent get back on him, because you know, like I know 50 Cent is a big ass troller, man. 50 Cent gonna tell you, man, about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna put out them images and he gonna come out with some documentaries and people gonna be looking at it and talking about it. So Rick Ross, you gotta just chill, man, and stop putting yourself inside of, you know, so many different people businesses, man. You're gonna have to chill. Cause listen, the Iceman is doing good. A lot of people listening to it, but I can tell you like this. I heard it once and I heard it twice, but I haven't heard it no more than twice. I ain't gonna go back and play it again. I just wanted to see what all the hype was about. I wanted to see what all the hype, why everybody was talking about they listening to Drake for the weekend and Drake for the weekend. Oh, we listening to Drake this month. So I wanted to go and listen to and see what it was. And I was like, all right, it's all right. You know, it wasn't nothing for me to be like, hey, Drake just dropped some hot shit. You know what I'm saying? But this shit right here, like your boy Rick Ross say, man, this is about the streets. You know, it's about who the hottest in the streets. And who's the hottest in the streets? Y'all seen that movie with Michael Jackson when Michael Jackson had them Crips and them Bloods come together in his video. So with that being said, man, the streets decided, bro, they rolling with, you know what I'm saying, the new Michael Jackson wave of this of century, man. That's what they rolling with, bro. They picking a side. Rick Ross said it himself. Let the streets decide. The streets deciding. The streets is deciding with Drake. How do I and we know? Because of the numbers. The numbers. You know, Rick Ross have artists. They not even putting out no music. They not making no money. Ross ain't even putting out no music. So with that music, he's not making money. Other things he's, you know, making money eating. You know, Ross got the car show. You know what I'm saying? Ross and Ross got the car show. He have a lot of street guys there. You know, so he's surround himself with street guys. Drake, on the other hand, he does the same thing, and he gonna make people listen to him and play him over and over and over. And I mean, Rick Ross, if you wanna, what I'm saying, just dead all of the hush and the beef and making it seem like you a hater, all you gotta do is just top what Drake just dropped. You gotta do better than what Drake just dropped. We ain't talking about the cover picture. No, we talking about lyrics. We talking about beats. We talking about smoothness. We talking about what you finna be singing on there. Rick Ross, you probably gonna have some love songs that we're gonna want to listen to up on that, album that you got dropping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what y'all talking about in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? We know Drake got them lyrics. We know Drake got lyrics. Yeah. Hey, Drake, listen, Drake is better than Ross. But Drake is better than Ross. Drake better than Ross. But I'm finna figure out why I said, but Drake better than Ross, but Ross haven't even dropped anything for us to decide like right now. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what Drake's not Drake, but Rick Ross said that he got 3,500, not 35,000, 3,500 unreleased songs. He have computers on top of laptops, and all of that. So, we really don't know what Ross got, but we heard enough of Ross to say that Ross is gonna be dropping street music. You know, he did real good when him and Drake did. I'm not Drake, but Rick Ross did real good when he was featuring with Drake. They did. That was the best time of their life. I think it was the best time of his life when Drake Ross first came out. He was living it up. But you still gonna have shit like I always tell you, man. It's always gonna be 50-50 because you got Drake fans, you got Ross fans, you got 50 Cent fans. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna shit always gonna be split 50-50, man. If you put Drake, against Ross, or if you put 50 against Ross, man, it's still gonna be split 50-50, man. Both of them, they both legends, bro. They both legends in their own way. They both legends in their own way. But why did Rick Ross have to speak on that dude 50 Cent? Y'all want me to tell y'all why Rick Ross had to speak on that dude 50 Cent? Let me see who all up in here right now. I'm gonna switch to the screen. Let me see. Let me see. All right, so yeah, man. Y'all, so Rick Ross spoke on that dude 50 Cent, right? Like I always tell y'all, bro, Ross spoke on 50 Cent because Ross want 50 Cent to mention him, make memes about him, speak about him, make fun of him to get him more in the algorithm. So that's why Ross had mentioned 50 Cent son and 50 Cent and talking about what he gonna name the next album after this one that he finna drop. When it drop, y'all already know we're gonna be trying to see what Rick Ross talking about, just like we seen what Drake talked about. Just like when these legend artists drop an album, we all tune in. But when these YNs drop an album, people barely tune in unless it's like people favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dirks, you know what I'm saying? Like the Kodaks. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's your boy Tony Black, man, voice of the block. If y'all enjoyed this content, y'all make sure that y'all like this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure that y'all tap in for the next screen, man. I'm out. A peace. Share this with your friends. And I'm going to be back in here tonight around